Before we get started with this weather update, I want to show you the awesome thunderstorm that hit out east early this morning, in the wee hours of the morning. A very strong thunderstorm, and I got some footage from the Hamptons.com live cameras that I want to share with you because it was amazing. The lightning was incredible, like constant flashes, constant strobe, like strobe lightning type of flashes. But before I show you some of those clips, I want to show you the lightning detection to show you all the lightning that was going off. And the first cell that I actually looked at was the strong thunderstorm that was right over Toms River. So this was last night. All right, early this morning, around I guess it was around 3 in the morning, and we look at all these lightning strikes going off here. Constant lightning strikes off. This was actually even a more stronger storm than the one out east, because this thing was just putting down so many, literally like 50, 60 lightning strikes a minute out of this one thunderstorm here, which is crazy. So you could see, look at all that going off there in Toms River. There was these storms just really popped up overnight, and we're really just going crazy, as you can see here. I'll show you. Look at all that lightning there. That's pretty nuts. That is pretty nuts. That is incredible. So you can see just constant lightning strikes going off over just, it looks like just offshore of Toms River. And there was a 61 mile an hour wind gust with this storm over at Seaside Heights also from this storm. And then I pan out, look east, and you could see the other storm that is occurring on the east end here, putting all this lightning down. So it was almost constant strobe lightning, but this is what you're going to see when we look at the next clip. Is we are going to look at some of that strobe lightning that happened last night from some of the live streams from the Hamptons.com live streams on YouTube, and my credit goes to them, and hopefully they don't mind us using this. Alright, I want to show you what things look like out east this morning around 3 a.m. with these storms coming through and strobe lightning. So this image is from East Hampton Beach, and you can see the lightning going off. Incredible lightning displays. Yeah, honestly, it doesn't do it justice, the camera. But I can't imagine that somebody has had to have gotten video of this storm last night out in the Hamptons, because it was epic. And you're just watching it on the video. I just have to use some of this video to show you. And these cameras, by the way, are excellent for watching storms out east. So they're excellent for that. You can see just the lightning going nuts all over the place from these storms last night. So again, this is East Hampton Beach, but we will now be moving over to Southampton Beach. You can see just amazing looking at that lightning there. But we will be moving over now to Southampton Beach, I think, in the next clip. Or still at East Hampton. No, that's Southampton Beach, and you can see, look at how bright some of those lightning flashes were last night in that storm. Incredible. But the best footage actually comes from the next clip we're going to look at is from as soon as we get there. Again, that's this clip right here. This is from Shelter Island, the Shelter Island ferry, and the lightning is really incredible here. You're going to see. I like this shot because it also has the flag, so you get to see that the wind is blowing pretty hard. There were definitely some, probably at least gale force gusts with this storm, and you could see just incredible. You could see that flag moving around, so you know that there was a lot of wind. Look at that. So you can see, look at the very bright lightning flashes, and yes, we were actually able to capture a bolt, believe it or not. So you're going to see that coming up, I think, soon. I think it should be coming up right about now. There it is. There's the bolt. I even slowed it down here for you. There it is, right there. So yeah, it was a bolt. Looks like it hit right across the water there. So this one here is this clip is from Sag Harbor. and you can see this shows how heavy the rain was. It came down pretty fast, and you can see there was definitely some street flooding starting to develop. Localized street flooding because they got almost an inch of rain from this cell. And you can see some really localized street flooding there. Heavy rain. You can also see how it's being wind driven, driven by the wind. Very torrential downpours from this, as you can see. Very torrential downpours. So some really rough conditions last night on the east end, as you can see. A really strong thunderstorm. No one really reported on this storm, but you could see just how bad of a storm it was by looking at these clips. And again, this was from Sag Harbor. So the next clip that we have here is going to be from, one more bright flash there. The next clip is going to be from the end of Route 39, where you make that left and onto Route 27, east of Southampton, as you head into Watermill. And you can see blinding rain here coming down as well. Again, the lightning is like non-stop. It's like a strobe light almost. It's like a strobe light effect. They call it strobe lightning. It's not very common here, but it does occur from time to time. And, you know, given the kind of conditions we've been undergoing right now, these storms just blew up when they got out toward the east end last night and this morning. And I think several things are helping these storms. Obviously, the warmer than normal water temperatures. Water temperatures are in the upper 70s to almost 80 degrees. It's a lot of moisture in the air. That's fuel for these storms. But the second aspect of it, I think, is all the smoke and the dust in the air, believe it or not, also creates more condensation nuclei for clouds to form. And also, this also means that this could also create greater electric charges in the air, too. So it's very interesting to see the effects of this. And the lightning, like I said, the lightning was incredible. It really was incredible. Last night, I was amazed watching these streams, seeing the lightning flashing. It was really incredible to see. You could also see the rain pouring down as well. So there was some heavy rain with these heavy wind-driven rain. Almost like a microburst with non-stop lightning. It almost, reminded me, what it reminded me of? The Derecho storm that somebody shot a great video of the Derecho storms. I think it was like quite a number of years ago. There was a Derecho storm that hit Atlantic City, and the lightning was non-stop. That's what this reminded me of. However, for the most part, there wasn't too much damage out east from the storm. There weren't too many power outages. It's not like that Derecho. But the lightning was really impressive. Just a really impressive amount of lightning, just flashing all around here, with the rain just pouring down here. And again, this is east of Southampton. You can see the lightning just going bonkers here in this spot, and just non-stop, like every second. You're talking 50, 60 strikes a second here of lightning. It's nuts. Look at all this lightning. So, and even as the storm moved away, it was still lightning all over the place. You're going to be able to see another one here. Look at that, lighting up the sky. Incredible. So even as the storm moved away, the lightning was still visible for quite some time afterwards, which really was incredible. With all the people out in the Hamptons, because this was a weekend, there's no excuse. Somebody had to get video of this storm. I hope this isn't the only video we'll remember this storm by. If it is, well, so be it. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful lightning displays. As the storm moved away, you can really see. Look at that. Incredible. Just incredible. Look at that. So, just the lightning was really incredible. And then we'll just have one last clip back at East Hampton Beach. As the storm moved away, you could see the lightning still. Even after an hour after it left, you could still see lightning in the distance as the storm moved east past Montauk around 4 in the morning. So really Just incredible display of Mother Nature, an incredible display of lightning, and I hope somebody out there out in the East End got some good video of those, or got some pictures, because this was incredible. And the other thing that happened with these storms and the lightning caused damage out east and messed up the signals on the Long Island Railroad. And I don't normally look at Twitter feeds that much anymore, but because this is related to the weather, we have to. Basically, there was signal damage east of Speonk on the Montauk Branch. Of course, people are mad about it. Same thing. It doesn't seem like there was good lightning protection. So there was signal trouble near Speonk. This was all due to the lightning. And then train from Montauk due to Jamaica operating 32 minutes late. So their signal system basically got knocked out. Full-scale signal meltdown on the Montauk Branch. So people weren't getting information. Once again, it seems that there was no, but it gets even worse than this, because what wound up happening here. Look at this, 120 minutes late now, signal trouble. First of all, I don't understand why they can't just proceed without signals. They can do that. There's what you call train orders. They can do that without signals. 3 hours from the train's scheduled departure to West Hampton. Signal outage was a known problem before leaving. We should have been canceled and buses provided. People rely on these trains. So, yeah, it was a big mess because of the thunderstorm. Then 90-minute delays. And this was posted by Jason here. This is a huge mess. Speonk due Babylon. Trains were canceled. And there is no contingency plan once again. Probably Lisa Peak is doing. But this is a weather video, so I don't really want to get too much into it. 810 Jamaica due at Montauk was delayed at Speonk, and then what wound up happening was they wound up canceling that train. The 810 at Jamaica due at Montauk is canceled at Speonk. So customers are accommodated by bus service, but look at what happens here. Customers are not being accommodated. You have bus drivers missing, and then mass chaos. There weren't enough buses. People were left stranded. And you know who I blame for this? It's obvious that Andrew Cuomo is getting kickbacks from Uber and Lyft, and that's why they're leaving people stranded. That's why they don't get buses. That's what it is. Cuomo is a chip off Mangano, man. He is, he's taking the same kind of thing. Take a taxi. The taxis have raked in millions upon millions of dollars due to these disruptions. But anyway, this did cause signal damage on the Long Island Railroad, this storm. No surprise. There weren't that many power outages, though, from the storm. But signal damage, of course, once again, canceled trains and people stranded, having to rely on overpriced taxis. And I'm telling you, if you want to get like a taxi from Speonk to, like, say Southampton, they'll want $50 or $80. These guys, Ubers, they surge price. So they do the same thing the taxis do. They're scam artists. Basically, they rip people off. They're scam artists, and they have a license to rob people. They've been given a license to rob people. So that's what I think of those taxis and Ubers and Lyfts. And I blame Andrew Cuomo for this. He's the one I blame. He's bringing Ed Mangano-style policies to the MTA. He's turned the Long Island Railroad into nice bus. Sorry if the train's been suspended. Sorry, you're on your own. You're gonna have to take a taxi. Sorry, you're on your own. Take a taxi. That's just like Mangano. I'm telling you, they're in this together. So now let's get to today's weather. Stifling afternoon, towering cumulus everywhere, and then some storms popped right over us. I was in the Hicksville area, and you could see these storms popped right over us, the threatening-looking clouds, and then it rained. And then the storms intensified as they moved east. So now let's take a look at what's going on. All right, this is a look at the radar earlier between 3 and 4 o'clock, and you could see this line of thunderstorms approaching showers, nothing severe, and then a couple of other showers that just popped up along the middle of the island. And that continued. We had another shower that popped up later on. Let's take a look at the current radar right now. And this is going to be around between 7 and 8. And you can see some pretty intense storms formed. There were some special marine warnings out for them. A line formed right over the middle of the island, and then moved eastward. And this is all falling apart here. Okay, and here you go. Here's a look at the radar from earlier around 6:10 and 6 o'clock. These showers just popped right over us, and then it turned into thunderstorms. So it popped right over us. Pretty interesting. So it appears the storms have caused some damage that formed this afternoon. We have 1,419 power outages across the area, mostly in central Suffolk County. That's where these red marks are. Looks like some around Comac, Brentwood, Kings Park, it's Kings Park, St. James, Lake Grove. So yeah, a number of outages due to the storm that hit in this area here, because it really intensified when it moved east. Even though it popped over us, and then it moved east and really intensified. Really, this was another strong thunderstorm event for Long Island, but things should be quieting down. So let's look at our current conditions outside right now. 75 degrees. And it's slowly starting to get less humid. Dew point's still 71, but it's down from what it was earlier. Because if we go ahead and we look at what the dew point was earlier, you can see here in this column we had a dew point of 76 at Farmingdale Airport. And let me tell you, going out in the afternoon, around 4 o'clock, the humidity was really oppressive and thick, and it was really horrible and stifling, and there wasn't even any wind to move the air around, so it was pretty bad. And you could see they got about a half an inch of rain from that thunderstorm right here. Looking at Islip, 73 degrees, and it's still a very high dew point there of 73, so it's pretty uncomfortable. And if we go ahead and we look at the dew points earlier, you could see, dew points well into the mid-70s. Like I said, this never used to happen before here, but now it's becoming typical to have dew points well into the mid and even upper 70s. Due to climate change, all these warmer oceans. 0.51, so another half inch of rain for Islip. We'll go further east to Shirley. 73 degrees, a dew point of 73 as well, so still very humid out there. And the dew point there got up even higher to 77 degrees. That's really oppressive. And from that thunderstorm, actually, they got a little more from that one. They got, that counts. Yeah, they got almost an inch of rain from that thunderstorm. So you could see how it intensified as it got further east. And I certainly don't want to leave out Toms River. 76 degrees and the dew point 74. And they really were oppressive because the dew points there were in the mid-70s, but look at how much higher it was there. Here on the island, it only got to the mid-80s. There, it hit 91 degrees. So a lot more oppressive in Toms River, and then they got those storms last night that gave the airport 0.47 inches. However, I have a feeling that there was more rain that fell in other spots in New Jersey, and that's what we're going to look at here on this data chart from let me move this over, get this into position here, from the New Jersey Rutgers Weather and Climate Network. So actually, this was actually earlier today, just showing you some of the dew points that were reached yesterday. This is from today. Some of these dew points well into the 70s. I wanted to look at some of the rainfall amounts for Toms River. Actually, I can hit a refresh on this. I really should refresh this. Let's go ahead, because it actually lists the maximum dew point here. They actually have high dew point maximum right here in this chart. Take a look. Some spots actually had a dew point of 80 yesterday. 81 dew point at Egg Harbor. So some places had dew points of up to 81 degrees. All right, let me refresh this because I know this is from earlier. I got to refresh this and get the current information for you, so we can get the actual high. So for the day. So in New Jersey, we don't have a network like this on Long Island, but New Jersey Rutgers has this great network. So I just want to show you how brutal it was. Temperatures today in New Jersey, 90 degrees. Dew points well into the 70s. Well into the 70s, and some 80 degree dew points. Like I said, 83 at Egg Harbor Township. So that's insane. We look at the rainfall amounts. No real notable rainfall amounts here. There's some higher ones. Oswego Lake, some in northern New Jersey, but no real notable rainfall amounts. The main thing that stood out to me today was the dew point. Seaside Heights did get almost an inch of rain from that thunderstorm last night, or should I say early this morning. Unfortunately, no maximum dew point. You could see Seaside Heights at 91. So even on the water in Jersey, they don't get a sea breeze. 91 degrees there. It was brutal. Now let me see if we can find some more high dew points here. Dew point maximums. Let's see. Dew point maximum. So 83, 81 degree dew points. This is really uncomfortable stuff that we're talking about here. Really uncomfortable. We'll just take a look at Toms River here. 89 was the high at their Toms River station. It looks like the dew point there maxed out at 77. And they got 0.87 of rain. So, the other thing I want to point out to you, wind gusts in the storms last night. Yes, they had some pretty strong wind gusts with the storms also that occurred that we need to talk about. So we had wind gusts at Seaside Heights, I believe, was also notable because there was a wind gust. Here it is, 61 miles an hour, a 61 mile an hour wind gust in that thunderstorm early this morning in Seaside Heights. That was a pretty severe thunderstorm, never really warned, but as you saw in the beginning of this video, the amount of lightning from those storms was incredible. So now I want to go over with you the rainfall totals from here on Long Island from the overnight storms. Actually, they got quite a bit of rain in the city around Brooklyn there, 1.21 inches. But Nassau County, 0.83. Nothing too remarkable in Nassau County. Some higher numbers upstate, but the storm last night did wind up dumping a lot of rain in certain places. So 0.96 at Southampton, East Hampton 0.87. It's almost an inch of rain from those storms, nothing really, compared to what we've had, nothing really terribly remarkable. Westchester got a little more though, 2.20 inches, but flooding not too badly with these storms, not as bad as the other storms. But I want to look at some storm reports now. From this storm that just hit, there was a lightning strike with wires down at Portion Road and Patchogue Holbrook Road. So this is due to lightning damage from the storm that we just had this afternoon. Let's see if we can find some more storm reports. Here is a summary from yesterday. Here's some damage in New Jersey from thunderstorm. Wind damage in Westchester. And a marine thunderstorm wind gust of, that's not very remarkable, 39 miles an hour. The main thing that we had to deal with was the lightning. Like I said, like you saw in the beginning of this video, the lightning was just incredible. So that will conclude this weather update. Things should start quieting down as we head in the next couple of days with some cooler weather. Maybe a chance of showers, but there shouldn't be any more severe weather or strong thunderstorms. We should have some peace and some sanity return to the weather. So that will conclude this weather update. Take care. Thank you for watching.